Welcome back to the sixth episode of Daily Book Dose. I was thinking about the last couple of chapters that we did, and I think I made a small mistake. My mistake was I tried to go through the whole chapter all at once, and my trail of thought was not very well fluent because I tried to just get the most important part of everything without really getting the links proper. So what I thought of this time is that we will try just focusing on the most important idea of that chapter and just elaborate on that. This way we'll be able to go a lot deeper. And of course, the book is available in case anybody wants to ever read the book, or there are other ways that you guys can do book reviews or book synopsis. This is actually a deep dive in a book. So here we're going to now try to do just one idea of a chapter per day, and it's going to be the most potent dose as well, right? So it's not the idea of taking all different sorts of vitamins. It's really taking a shot of steroids. Also pretty excited because today we're doing this talk again in the morning, which I always wanted to do. So that's going good as well. Today's potent idea is about the 3 stages of awakening. Look, first there's something what we call the vichar, which is the idea of that thought. So that's just, when that thought becomes a seedling in our mind and just starts growing. So that's the first stage. The second stage is once that idea has just started growing in our mind, that it gets implanted into our subconscious mind, that, we sort of become aware of that idea, which is also extremely important because we have maybe thousands of ideas a day, but so many of them probably get lost in our subconscious mind that, we have that idea, but we don't even know that we have that idea. We have that inclination. We don't even know that we have that inclination. So there's the idea, and then just one step above that is the subconscious mind knows that that idea is there, right? This is probably why meditation is so important, because then we can actually tune into our subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind can look within ourselves also and sort of figure out these probably millions, billions of things that come up, but our subconscious mind does not have the chance to become aware about it, right? It probably is aware about it always in a very superficial level, but it hasn't had the chance to, play with that idea yet, right? So first is the vichar, which is the very beginning of the idea. Then a step above that is our subconscious mind sort of becomes aware that that idea is there and probably starts playing around with it and, letting it nurture and letting it grow. This is called samskar. So this is when the subconscious mind starts becoming aware about stuff. It goes from the vichar to the samskar. And then finally, there's the conduct to put that thought into practice. So this is that move from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind. That that idea was there. It grew subconsciously, and now consciously we're putting it into action as well, right? So it's the whole chain, which is extremely important, and only then we get truly awakened from within. I mean, awakened. It's like it's probably like the vichar is early in the morning. You sort of come to know now it's coming close to time to wake up, right? That's the vichar. That's the mind running. Then the samskar, which is a level on top of that, is you really become aware that you're sleeping and now it's going to be, time to wake up. And so many times, we just lie in bed having that thought, but the conduct is actually, taking that bed sheet, taking that duvet cover, throwing it open and jumping out of bed. And then we truly are awakened, right? We still got to go for that cold shower, but we truly are awakened. Look, it's only natural that there's that gap between some vichar and samskar, and then finally to conduct, right? It's I guess all about life is about bridging that gap, actually, going from one side of that river to the other, and in the way getting wet, in the way swimming, in the way probably falling. But it's very easy just to stay on the side of the vichar and the samskar. I mean, if you want to get to where you want to go, you got to cross that river, and you got to, make it into conduct as well. And then I want to leave you with what William James said. The community strangles without the impulse of the individual, and the impulse dies without the sympathy of the community, right? So the individual is the part of the vichar and the samskar, and think you've got the river in the middle, and the conduct is the part of the community, right? So just without any input of new thoughts, of new ways of doing things, the community which is on the other side is just gonna remain the same. It's not really gonna grow, right? But at the same time, the community which is on the other side of the conduct, if that is not open to new vichars and new samskars, of new thoughts and of new ways doing things, that is also just gonna, that is also gonna die. But if that is not allowing, or if that is not welcome to new samskars and new vichars, there's going to be no more samskars and vichars as well. So the idea is really, how we can really bridge this gap between thought and conduct. And it's only after we bridge this gap between thought and conduct can we truly be awakened. Probably our subconscious mind wants to be awakened all the time. And that's why the vichars and the samskars that come out of it are about awakening. But the community probably always has that, that want to have more of the same. And finally, one thing is any changes that we suggest to the community, any conducts that we want to do, if that is not welcome, but if that is not, if people in the community are not open to it, and if their thought process is against it, right, it's going to be very difficult to make any positive, impactful conduct on the community as a whole, right? So thinking of the community only as, the community, but not as the sum of the individuals, would not make any lasting, impactful change, because there'll constantly be that resistance of putting that conduct, putting that thought into practice by the vichars and the samskars of all of the different individuals that make up that community. So when we do have a conduct or a practice that we do want to implement, we need to think of the community as a whole, but we also need to think of the sum of the individuals and all of the individuals in that community, and really how we can bring them along. So thanks for joining me on this 6th episode of Daily Book Dose. Today we really dived into, just one idea, that you've got ideas, you've got vichars, they transform into subconscious realities, which is a samskar, and that in turn we need to, and that's what we actively need to do. We actively need to transform it into a conduct, into a reality. So with that being the reality, I bid you a fantastic day ahead, and look forward to talking to you tomorrow about an equally potent message. Thanks.